This video is for parents, not for entertainment, not for drama, and not for people who want comforting stories. You know what? I recently watched a podcast conversation with Mohan Singh, a man who spent decades working on grooming and child sexual exploitation cases. And the host was Gurlaprit Pabla. Vire, thank you for actually making this podcast happen. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And thank you, Papa Mohan Singh ji, for the mission that you have, for the things that you're doing, not just for one single Sikh community, but for everyone. Thank you so much. So what came through, it was very clearly is this. Grooming is not an incident. It is a process, a system, and it often succeeds because family do not want to face what is happening. So I'm going to summarize the practical warnings and red flags that I will give you a simple action plan as a parent. Now, don't take me wrong, I didn't create them. This video is actually a small summary, or you could say a small learning points that I've taken from the podcast conversation that happened between Mohan Singh and Gurlaprit Singh. If you have children at home, this actually matters. Don't skip it. So one of the strongest points in the discussion was that grooming does not begin with violence. It often begins with attention, gifts, compliments, a sense of being special. So it creates emotional dependency first, and then isolation, then control. That is why so many victims struggle to describe what happened, because early on it doesn't look like a danger. It looks like care, like someone is actually looking after me. This is what makes grooming different from most threats parents usually imagine. It does not break in through the front door. It gets invited in through emotional gaps. So a repeated theme was that shame and social fear are powerful tools for groomers. Many families worry about what people will say. Then they worry about consequences for the child's life and mind. That silence becomes a weapon. And this is where you must be clear as a parent. Your child's safety comes before reputation every time, every single time. If a child senses they will be blamed, shamed, or controlled, they will hide. If they sense they will be supported, they will speak. It's very simple. And the podcast makes an important point as well. Technology has changed the scale of it. The world has become one small village. That is not only an opportunity, it is actually exposure. Children can be targeted in their bedroom without any stranger ever approaching the house. So if your parenting strategy is only include don't go outside late, you are parenting an old world. Today, grooming can begin through DMs, gaming chats, TikTok, Snapchat style platforms, and private groups. And once emotional control is established, the child can be manipulated into secrecy, fear, and compliance. So here are the behavioral red flags summarized in clear language that I want you to give your attention to. Keep that in mind, Always just watch for this. Number 1, sudden secrecy with phones or devices. Number 2, a sharp change in a mood or personality without a clear explanation. Number 3, isolation, staying in the room more, withdrawing from family. Number 4, unexplained gifts, money, new clothes, or a new friend they refuse to describe. Number 5, a child who was once open becoming defensive. It's actually a biggest red flag. Think about child who was once open, now the child is angry or evasive. Number 6, a sudden refusal to go to school or attend normal routines. And number 7, new patterns of fear, panic, or anxiety around ordinary situations. Just gotta watch out for these things. Number 8, sleep disruption, nightmares, or regression behaviors. One point made in the conversation is critical. Adolescence has normal change. Yes. But a sharp, sudden shift is different. So what do you gotta do? Treat that as a signal, not as attitude. Okay, so now let's talk about what to do if you suspect something like that. Okay, many parents make 2 mistakes usually. First mistake, interrogation. The child feels accused, kind of shuts down, and you lose access. Second mistake, denial. You delay action and the situation has already escalated. So a better approach is structure and calm. Okay, what do you do first? Number 1, start with safety, not blame. Number 2, use simple questions, not pressure. Number 3, create a private moment and say, I'm not angry, I'm here to protect you. You won't be punished for telling me the truth. If you suspect, okay, immediately ask. Or if you suspect any sort of risk, do not try to handle it inside the family. Get professional safeguarding support. And I would say, these are the words from Mohan Singh ji, contact law enforcement. So in the UK context, as they have discussed in the podcast, the conversation references failures and cover-ups in some historic cases, including public attention around Rotherham. The lesson is not cynicism, the lesson is documentation and persistence. So you need evidence, timelines, screenshots, and professional help. This is what they have to tell us. Now, prevention is not control, it is presence. So the most practical prevention advice is also the least glamorous. Spend time with your children, real time, that's the biggest thing. Okay, not being in the same house while everyone is on the device. There is also another thing. Eat together when possible. Go for walks, do activities, build trust. Because the grooming process often succeeds where there is a hunger for attention and understanding. A child who feels emotionally invisible at home is easy to capture outside. And this is not about being strict. It is about being present enough that the child does not need stranger to meet emotional needs. So let's talk about in the context of community and faith, which is like identity and language. Another thread in the conversation is identity and community anchoring. They discuss how language, faith, and community connection can be protective when it builds confidence and belonging rather than fear. So they reference Guru Granth Sahib Ji and BBC reporting documentaries as part of public awareness over the years. The point worth extracting is this, okay? When young people feel grounded in who they are less vulnerable to identity manipulation. But grounding must be paired with modern safeguarding. Faith without vigilance is not protection. That's why it's important. You see where you're standing, what are your faith, what are your roots, what is your culture, and you make yourself educated with how the modern world is trying to manipulate you, how the modern documentaries are teaching you. What are they teaching you about the crimes that are happening, how people play with minds? Because These things, I believe it's actually a responsibility of parents. I mean, if you are not a parent or watching as an elder brother or sister, take it as a responsibility to watch out for these things and plan for your younger siblings. Let's move forward. The parent action plan. It's very simple and non-negotiable. Here is a practical plan, okay, that you can adopt this week. Number 1, devise boundaries. Clear rules, not random punishment. Number 2, open door culture. Your child can speak without fear. That's very important. Number 3, weekly check-in, private conversations, and calm tone. Number 4, teach red flags. Age appropriate, direct language. Number 5, track changes. Behavior, friends, routines, spending. And number 6, if in doubt, okay, escalate early. Safeguarding advice. School and police where appropriate, okay, you go engage with them. And most parents kind of like, they wait for certainty. This is backwards. You act early because the cost of delay is too high, too high. And I'm not sharing this to create fear. I'm sharing it because denial is expensive and silence is dangerous. So if you are a parent, your job is not to raise a child who looks fine to outsiders. Your job is to raise a child who is safe, informed, and protected. So that's all I wanted to say in this video. I hope you have gained something worth using. At least you are aware of what's happening. And me being in this community, and as a Sikh, as a Punjabi, I take it very, very serious. If I'm a creator, I'm creating content, I've got a platform and a voice, I feel like it's my responsibility to make this kind of content as well, where I can educate people one way or another. Maybe it's not up-to-date information, maybe I'm still lacking at a lot of things, but hey, you got some sort of idea what's actually happening, what are the potential harms that can come to our house. So if you don't want this to happen, please act on it. I'm not asking you to go subscribe to my channel. If you like this stuff, you're already gonna do it, but I'm not asking any of that stuff. I just want you to take actions for your own family. Chandra, you done well. So sweet.